near a forest, during a time of great drought and poverty, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife, and their 2 children, Hansel and Gretel. One night, starving with very little food left, the woodcutter and his wife agonized over what to do. "What will become of us?" said the woodcutter. "We cannot even feed our children. There is nothing left for ourselves." "I will tell you what, husband," answered the wife. "We will take the children early in the morning into the forest, give them a piece of bread each, and then leave them there alone. They will never find their way home." "No, wife," said the man, "I cannot do that. I cannot find it in my heart to take my children into the forest and to leave them there alone. The wild animals would soon come and devour them." "Oh, you fool," said the wife, "then we will all starve." And she left him no peace until he consented. "But I really pity the poor children," said the man. The 2 children had not been able to sleep for hunger, and had overheard the conversation between their stepmother and their father. Gretel wept bitterly, and said to Hansel, "It is all over for us." "Fear not," said Hansel. "I will go outside and gather some white pebbles, and leave a trail, and when the moon shines we'll find a way home." And so they did, the first night. However, the following night their stepmother locked the cabin door. "Fear not," said Hansel to Gretel. "I will leave a trail of breadcrumbs, and we will still find our way home." But this time they were led deeper into the forest. The parents lit a fire, urging the children to rest and to sleep. Try as they may to stay awake, tiredness overcame them both. Next to the comfort and warmth of the fire, Gretel closed her eyes and fell asleep. Shortly afterwards, Hansel too fell asleep. When Hansel and Gretel awoke, they soon discovered that the birds had eaten all the breadcrumbs. They were alone, lost, and hungry. They could not find their way home. Gretel spotted a beautiful white bird singing in a tree. "Look, Hansel," she said, "what a beautiful white bird. Just listen to that wonderful bird song." And so they listened. The whole forest became alive with birdsong. And for a brief moment in time, they forgot they were lost. They forgot their hunger. As if under its spell, Hansel and Gretel decided to follow the bird, which led them deeper into the forest. The snow-white bird eventually came to rest on the roof of a little house, which was made of sweet cakes and delicious candy. Starving, Hansel and Gretel broke off a piece of the house and began eating it. The house was enchanted, and as Gretel ate the sweet, delicious cake, a deep tiredness overcame her. Yawned Gretel. "I am so sleepy. I think I will rest a while." And she lay down to sleep. Hansel too felt sleepy. "Oh, I too am tired, said Hansel. I think I will rest a while too. Both Hansel and Gretel fell into a deep, deep sleep. The house was owned by a wicked witch. She had small red eyes and could not see very far, but she had a keen scent and she knew when humans were near. She built the sweet house to lure children in. Then she would kill them, cook them, and eat them. When Hansel awoke, he found himself locked in a cage. Gretel cried as she was forced to feed Hansel. The witch wanted to fatten him up.
He will make a tasty dinner.
Cackled the witch. Both Hansel and Gretel knew their fate. The wicked witch intended on eating them both. The wicked witch told Gretel to fire up the oven.
You'll have to climb inside to see if it's warm enough.
Cackled the witch. Gretel, however, was smarter than the witch and said, "But I don't know how to do it."
Silly goose,
said the witch.
I'll show you.
And she climbed up, and then slowly she stooped down and put her head in the oven. Quickly, Gretel pushed the witch into the oven and closed the door. Oh, how the wicked witch howled as she tossed and turned in the oven. All her wickedness melted in the flames until the evil witch was no more. The witch died a wicked death, and all that remained of her were two blood-red ruby eyes. Meanwhile, Hansel, fearing for both their lives, tried to escape, but it was just no good. Every attempt he made failed. He couldn't find a way out of the cage. Just then, Gretel ran in with great news. "Hansel, we are free," she cried out. "The wicked witch is dead." The enchanted cage opened, and out flew Hansel like a bird from its cage. How happy they both were, free at last. The enchanted white bird, no longer under the spell of the wicked witch, thanked Gretel and Hansel for her freedom by flying them home. The woodcutter rejoiced when he saw Hansel and Gretel, for his heart had been broken that day he abandoned his children in the forest, and his wife was now deceased. He threw his arms around his children, begging for their forgiveness. They were happily reunited once again. But that's not the end of the story. Gretel took the two red rubies from her pocket. The blood-red-coloured gemstones sparkled magnificently in the light. The rubies provided them with great wealth. All anxiety was gone, and they lived in perfect harmony. My story is done.